Hi movers, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you are enjoying these flows, please leave me a comment below, subscribe to the channel, let me know how it's going for you. So today's sequence is all about opening up the lower body. So we're going to be focusing on the calves, your glutes, your hips, even the IT band, your hamstrings. So if you just got back from a run, or if you did a workout, some exercise, or if you're just looking to focus on your lower body, this is for you. So we're gonna get started in tabletop. So meet me on these 4 points here with the wrist underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath your hips. Take a look at the hands. Just make sure those fingertips are spread nice and wide. We're gonna start with opening our calf. So take the right leg and just send it back behind you and try to ground down through that right heel. So I'm pressing the heel down as best as I can. It doesn't have to obviously touch, but just enough so you can feel the stretch here. If you wanna make this a little more dynamic, you can rock a little bit forward and back. All right, from here, we're gonna spin the back heel down flat. You can draw your left shin a little bit more parallel towards the top of the mat if that helps you balance here. And take that right arm up and overhead. Just feel that nice side body stretch. And then we're gonna float the leg and see if you can find a bit of balance here, and then bend the knee. This is just optional. You can reach that right hand back, connect it to the foot, and see if you can kick the top of the foot into the hand and really open up across through the heart. I'm just doing it on the other side to show you here. It kind of becomes like a little back bend as you stretch the quad at the same time. And then we're gonna release that right leg, release the right arm up and over, hug the knee in towards your chest, step it forward. We're gonna come into a low lunge. So separate those feet about hips distance. That left knee is down behind that left hip. Reach the arms up. Really grounding down through the front heel, firm the inner thighs, draw the belly, the ribs in. Try to keep that trunk, your torso, nice and neutral. Circle the arms all the way around. Let's extend that front leg any amount into our half split. You can walk the hands back a bit just to make sure the wrists are underneath the shoulders. If you have blocks or books at home, even cushions, place them underneath the hands for a little bit of elevation, or just take a baby bend in that front knee. And see if you can soften the shoulder blades down the back. Keep that spine nice and long. Let's walk the hands to the outside of this front leg here. Now we're getting into that IT band, or that outer line of the right leg. And then slowly bring it back to center. Let's bend into the front knee now and come into lizard pose. So heel toe that right foot out to the right side so that it's on the outside of that right hand. Keep drawing the belly in here, stretching into your lizard. Feel free to take a little sway, maybe circle. My favorite variation in this pose is to take my hand onto the inner knee and just press out onto the outer edge of the front foot. So I kind of lean away from it here. And take one more breath. Slowly bring it back in. Now, I'm gonna tent up onto my fingertips here and tuck the back toes and under. We're gonna step the back foot forward into our malasana, into our yogi squat. So it takes a little bit of momentum. Use your core, step the back foot forward. We're gonna turn the heels in, the toes out, and I'll just face you this way here. And once you're there, take a little rock from side to side. Just starting to Work into those hips a little bit more. And then once you're there, you can find a moment of stillness. Now feel free to keep the heels lifted if that is accessible for you. If you want to roll your mat or place a rolled up cushion or a blanket is what I meant to say underneath the heels, feel free to do that. But if you can, take your heels all the way down to the ground. Try to press into the outer edges of your feet. Draw the belly in, squeeze those glutes, and really keep reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. From here, okay, I'm just gonna come back to this angle. We're gonna lower the tailbone with or without your hands all the way down to the mat. Roll down onto the back body. Take the right ankle, flex that ankle, cross it over the left knee. Weave that right hand through that keyhole space and then interlace the fingertips over that left shin or under your left thigh. So we're here in figure 4, working into the glute, the hip. Let those shoulder blades just continue to melt into the mat. And sometimes as I'm here, I'll just roll out my ankle a few times. All right. Uncross that ankle. We're going to rock and roll a few times, and just for fun, try to roll back up into your malasana, okay? So we'll take a few times to rock and roll here. And if it helps you, you can rock and roll with your feet wide, reach the arms forward. We're back up in that malasana position. Place the hands down, send that left leg back, right where we came from to that lizard pose, and then you can soften that left knee down. And we'll just take the leg all the way back into that tabletop position where we started. So go ahead and just sway and rock those hips a little bit side to side. All right, we are taking the left side now. So take that left leg back behind you, grounding down through the toes and try to really root that left heel down towards the mat. Finding a little sway. And then spin that back heel down flat. You can once again bring that shin a little more parallel towards the top of the mat. Reach that left arm up and over. Get that side body reach. And we'll float that left leg up off the ground now. Find a little balance. And then bend the knee so you can connect the hands. See if you can. I just realized all my words ran together there. See if you can grab the foot, kick the top of the foot into the hand, and then really send that heart forward. Let's release that left leg, hug it in towards your chest. Can you step it forward into our low lunge? So adjust a little bit here as you need to. Feet are hips distance. That right knee is behind that right hip. Sweep those arms up. So focusing in, zeroing in to that front side of your right hip, the hip flexor. Firm the inner thighs, firm the belly. Circle the arms all the way around. Let's extend that front leg any amount into Ardha Hanumanasana, our half split. Long spine. Deepen that breath. Really use your inhales and your exhales for those areas that really need more space. I know for me, this left hamstring is much tighter. There's a lot more tension in this leg. So harness the breath. Let's walk the hands to the outside of that left leg. Getting into that outer line of that leg. Try to keep your spine as long as possible. And then walk it back to the center. Let's bend into that left knee. Heel toe the left foot out towards the left side of the mat. So the foot is on the outside of that hand. We're back in our lizard pose. Sway, rock, circle here. Maybe take that variation that I practiced on the other side. Left hand to the inner knee. Press onto the outer edge of the front foot and really lean away. And let's come back to center. Or don't move the foot back into center, but we're just coming back into the middle here. We're gonna step the back foot forward into that malasana. So tent up onto the fingertips, lift the knee. All right, let's go. Heels in, toes out. We're back into that yogi squat. So take a little rock side to side. Prep yourself here for whatever modification or variation you choose, and then find your moment of stillness. Remember, if your heels are all the way down to the mat, try to press into the outer edges of the feet. Let's lower the tailbone all the way down. With or without the hands, we're going down onto the back body. This time, flex your left ankle, cross it over the right knee. Find figure 4. Maybe take a little roll, circle of that ankle. Uncross that foot. Take a few rocks and rolls. Remember, if it helps you here, you can roll with the knees wide so that you can rock right up into that malasana with or without your hands. Place the hands down, send the right leg back into that lizard pose. And then we'll send that left leg all the way back and around into that tabletop position right where we started. Take a little rock and let's land. Find a gentle landing into our child's pose. Soften the forehead down. Take a little sway here. Just notice how the calves, the hips, the hamstrings, the glutes, the quads. Notice how that lower body is feeling. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.